Hi guys, this video, I'm uploading another video right now. It's called Being Yourself. I'll leave it in the description. This video is, sorry if the camera's shaking. It's literally sitting on my legs. This video is it's about labels. It's about friends. It's about life in general. Now, I have not had that much experience. I would not take my word as if I was experienced. I've only been alive for 12 years. Let me just start this off by saying if you're new to my channel, then I should give a bit of information. My name's Caitlin Ann, and I'm 12 years old. I'm in grade 7. I have been suicidal since grade 5. I've been a self-harmer since grade 5, and I've been depressed since grade 4. I've dated 4 people, and I get labeled a slut, emo, goth, etc. I shop at Hot Topic and Spencer's. Now, this video about life, I'm going to start with self-reflection. As in, what I mean by that is how you see yourself. Now, my other video is being yourself. Now, that's just being yourself in general. This is about how you see yourself. If you see yourself as a label someone else called you, as a perfect princess, as a freaking NHL hockey player, as a piece of garbage. Now, out of all of those, I have no clue how I see myself. And that's very different for me, because usually I could just straight up say I hate myself. I could straight up say I'm ugly. I could straight up say I'm fat. But I don't know what I am. I don't know how I see myself. I don't necessarily love myself. I mean, I'm getting there. But I don't hate myself either. I don't know if I'm ready to like myself at all either. If you see yourself as perfect, as a Barbie, as someone who has basically a really high ego, you need to stop. Because nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. And the way to make yourself as perfect as you could possibly get is to take some of that ego and spread it to some other people. Because I don't mean talk to other people saying how you're so perfect, how you're so much better than them. I mean, tell them that they're perfect. Tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them that they're more important than some people that make fun of them. Doesn't mean that they are, because everybody has the same amount of importance. But maybe if you spread some love that you have for yourself to other people, maybe you will turn out as close as perfect as you could. Because perfect is not a goal, though. Perfect should not be anybody's goal. That's for one person. If you see yourself as fat and ugly and worthless and never going to be good enough, let me tell you something. You're goddamn gorgeous. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you're freaking gorgeous. I know that's weird for you guys, but most guys who feel that way are either emo or they're in a bad position. And they won't really care what I say. I see people that hate themselves. I see people that hate themselves as the same way I do as people that love themselves. If you don't, you have nothing to hate yourself for. If you're a self-harmer, I don't get it. I mean, I used to cut myself, but I don't get it anymore, because what is it doing? Is it stopping the situation? No, it's just propelling more problems. If you see yourself as fat and you binge or you stop eating, when you stop eating, you gain weight because your body has to survive by eating itself out. So it's basically taking, it doesn't know how to store food. It doesn't know how to store food anymore. It just puts it as fat because it's so used to not eating properly that it's storing it as fat. Personally, if I were you, I'd drink lots of water, eat almost every 2 hours. Not unhealthy, but eat almost like every 2 hours. If you see yourself as ugly, nobody is ugly. I can't think of one ugly person. The only thing that makes a person ugly is their personality. If you are the most beautiful person and you're a douchebag on the inside and you're the worst person to be around on the inside, why would I hang around you? Why would anybody hang around you? Looks can become secondary like that if you're horrible on the inside. If I see a person that I don't like, let's say, and they were fairly attractive, but I didn't like that person, I wouldn't be around that person, no matter how good looking they were. If I saw someone who wasn't good enough to society and they had the best personality in the world, I would talk to them every single day if it meant that they had a good personality to be around. Looks are not everything. Looks are a part of life. Yes, I get it, because you need to look good in order to get a job or an interview or something. You need looks for a lot of things. Almost everything. But if you're a scientist, I don't think they're going to care about how you look. They're going to care about if you're smart enough to be a scientist, to be a part of that job. They're not going to care about what clothes you wear or about how many people you've dated. They don't care about that. They care about your skills. They care about what you know. If you think you're ugly, you're not, because I can't think of one ugly person. I can think of many people who have made horrible mistakes. I can think of this kid that I know that I used to date, and I'm not talking about people at my school. I'm talking about somebody else. I'm talking about an old boyfriend that I used to date in grade 6. People call him a bad person. People think I think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad person at all. He was a very good person. He just made bad mistakes. He still makes bad mistakes. So do I. So does everybody else. A bad person is someone who kills people or someone who rapes people because they feel like it. A bad person is someone like Hitler. That is a bad person. They're bad inside. A bad person is someone like ISIS, like the people who are terrorists. They're bad people. This guy that I used to date, he's not a bad person. He just makes bad mistakes. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is if you don't know how you see yourself. Now, this is advice for mainly me and for people who feel the same way. You don't know how you see yourself. You don't know if you see yourself as beautiful or ugly. If you don't get it, you don't know. You don't need to know right now. Be confused as long as you're happy. As long as you're okay with yourself right now. As long as you don't see anything to hate. Or it doesn't necessarily mean you see something to love. I mean, you should love every part of you. But if you don't see that right now, that's okay. Because you have so much time. You have so much time to see what a perfect person you are. I don't mean perfect as in the goal that we were talking about being the perfect Barbie doll. I'm talking about perfect in your own way. Because for me, I'm perfect as me. Nobody else in the world is exactly like me. I am perfectly being me. Nobody else could possibly be that goal because everybody else is too busy being perfect as themselves. I'm not talking about the perfect Barbie doll, which a lot of people want to be. Now, for the reason of people hating themselves, it's probably because of Barbie dolls. They grew up with these. They played with these when they were younger. And then they grew up and they saw, hey mom, I don't look like this. I don't have the body like this. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not perfectly skinny. I'm pretty much an average weight, and I'm okay with that because I'm not gonna starve myself over it. Why? That would just give me more labels, which would make me hate myself even more. So what's the point? I'm just growing. I may not, but you know what? You want to know the pro to that? I can make babies when I'm older, and I know that. I have good reproductive organs. I have enough food in me to keep 2 people alive if I needed to. If I think that I'm ugly, you know what? That's fine because nobody's actually ugly. I'm not an ugly person on the inside. I might make bad choices, but I'm not an ugly person on the inside. Some people don't like me, but you know what? That's just how life is. I don't like some people, but maybe someone loves that person that I don't like. That's not my business. So you know what? That's a pro. There's a pro of being me. If there's pimples on my face that I don't like, the pro is that I'm growing up. And that I've gotten used to them. It's not a big surprise that I have them. So this video is basically just talking about how you see yourself and how it's important to take care of yourself and how it's important to let some self-hatred or self-ego go. Self-ego go. That's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching.